My wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa.
As I say, dick.
All right, welcome to episode 148 of the Your Legions podcast. And this week, we're recording a little bit later than usual, so we're going to try and get as much in as possible and still get this out reasonably on time. So, Mal, how are you?
I am good, thank you. Nearly the end of the week, which I am really looking forward to a weekend.
Yeah, that's it. We should be in better form now. It's Thursday, so, Thursday night. So there's only one day left in the week. And Rich, how's things?
I felt better, let's put it that way. I'm the reason we're recording on a Thursday rather than a Wednesday. Yesterday was just spent on the sofa with a duvet over me.
You're so precious.
I am very precious.
He's a delicate soul, isn't he?
Yeah. Imagine if you were a girl, imagine kind of a wife you'd be.
Oh, I'd be a high maintenance one for definitely.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. You can't really be that, you can't really be as a man that high maintenance.
Yeah, let's face it, I'd also be a trophy wife, if we're being honest as well, sort of thing. So.
Okay, we let the listeners decide what kind of trophy that is. Anyway, this week we are going to talk about a little bit of latest news. So this will come out just before they reveal the next Infinite Legions wave, which we will talk about in more detail next week. That's Arcan, the Joe Manganiello thing, and whatever else. They said there'd be more surprises, so let's cross our fingers for lots of cool stuff there. And they also released the Fiden box art, so we'll have a quick look at that now in a minute. Also, we're going to continue on with the bad opinions from Legions. So get through a bunch more of those to fill out the episode. That should be fun. And first of all, we should say that Saturday night this week is going to be Rich's season opening quiz on the Your Legions podcast.
We're going to have a hoot, as they'd say.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where, but they'd say that. So, it's looking back at, so there'll be a few rounds of questions, looking back at Legion's in-hand stuff from last year, some reveals from last year. There'll be some drawings from me. And also, as it's still January just, we'll also have my now infamous, I think infamous is the right term, 10 Christmas movies as drawn by me. See if people can do better than like 3 out of 10 or whatever it was people were scoring last year. So
sounds good.
They probably won't, because obviously I used a lot of the big films last year. So, we had to go a little bit more obscure this time. But
what time are we kicking off?
It is 7 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time in the States. And whatever other time zone people are in.
That is 8 o'clock in Central European time. So I think that's most of the time zones. I'm not going to do Australia, even though I guess it's some sort of daytime there, so that's not too bad, Right. Shall we have a look then at... First, let's look at the Fiden box art.
I should quickly add, sorry, as well, just if MD is thinking about coming along to the quiz, it is good fun. You can have a go on yourself. You can pop the answers, or you think of the answers into the comments if you want to. Some of the contestants may or may not use the answers. Mal will undoubtedly need help, so might take you up on that.
I was going to suggest that even if it is lunchtime in America, in the States, not say America, the States, bring some alcohol, because it's the only way you're going to get through it.
And in even better news, I may not be on the show, so you won't have to listen to me. So that's another bonus. Might be the first Your Legions without me. So there you go. Apart from Rich's randoms, which you have to pay for to listen to. So yeah.
But they're worth every penny. Just to clear up.
Of course,
they are very. I really enjoy listening to them. Definitely.
And next week. So this week we had. Oh my God, brain fart. TJ Colligan, yes. This week we had TJ Colligan, and next week Jeremy Gouvier, king of the Demon Wang tally.
Yeah, speaking of time zones, he confused the hell out of me, because he's like, oh, it's Arizona, right? That's Pacific Standard Time, 8 hours behind us. So I messaged him and he was like, no, this time of year we're Mountain Standard Time, so it's 7 hours. I was like, oh, for Christ's sakes.
Did they just move the mountains in for the winter, is it?
Apparently Arizona doesn't, change the daylight and savings time and that sort of stuff. So they're just like, we're here, so you guys can just move to us or move away from us.
Right. Okay, so they didn't change. It's just everyone else changed. So effectively they changed.
Yeah.
Okay, Fighting box art. So this is a cool little sneak peek posted on the Four Horsemen channels. Looks pretty cool, pretty purple and kind of pinkish here. What do you think, Mal? I know this is your jam, possibly forcing you to keep one in box or not.
I must admit, I saw the box and I was like, damn it. Yeah, it's a very cool box. It feels quite different to what we normally get, doesn't it? A bit more sketchy, a bit more loose than some of what we usually get. And I really, really like it.
Yeah, I think it's... I'm guessing that it's going to be particular for each Infinite Legions line. So
I hope so.
This doesn't mean that the box art on, the Arcan Infinite Legions is going to be the same shape or anything. Would be my guess.
I think you're going to be spot on with that one.
Yeah, but if they're doing more on the Onel design stuff in the future, I guess this is set the standard then for how they're going to look.
Yeah.
So. Very nicely done there. You see all the info, a product photograph and an art drawing. So this was done between Matt and Mark from Onel Design and then Nate Barch from the studio.
Thanks, John. People could have got confused and thinking it was me. It's not me.
No.
I know it looks like the sort of level I do stuff, but it's not me.
No, you would take much longer to do yours. Yeah, yours wouldn't be ready in time for production. Let's be honest. Yeah, so they have already wrapped up apparently and are leaving the factory or left the factory. So we should be seeing them pretty soon. If you have them on pre-order from a retailer, I suppose expect the invoice pretty soon. I got a surprise invoice today from the Rising Suns from a retailer that I didn't know I ordered some from.
John, you know what you need? A spreadsheet to record your pre-orders.
I started a spreadsheet and then I keep forgetting to update it. So
you need to keep on top of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Well, this was a different retailer, and I think it was because they, it was towards the end of the I ordered some at the start of the pre-order, and then this was towards the end of the pre-order, and I think I wanted more of those dwarf heads, and then I decided, well, I suppose at the time, my financial situation was looking all right, and I decided, I'll add a few more, and maybe also customizing and stuff. You're thinking I might use this, I might use that, but as we've said before, 2 years down the line, the picking up stuff for customs is a little bit like, well, I don't really need them anymore.
Yeah.
So we shall see. And there is, you see the logo, pretty cool, and Space Traveller Fighting is what it's called. So.
I mean, we'll find out later this week, but I wonder if the way Infinite Legions is written will change as well from product to product. Not product, that's not the right word. From IP
property to property.
Yeah, property to property.
Yeah. That would be cool if it did.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah, and somehow keep the same style. I don't know how they do that, but just put a little flourish in each one.
Something dragon scaly or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that, like the texture of the. Well, you can give them some art tips on how to do that. Rick.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a laptop, a Word document, and my finger, and we are good to go.
And word art and
That sounds dirtier than it's meant to, isn't it?
I keep expecting, and I haven't had it yet, for the local colleges to come and ask me to start teaching art, but apparently that's not on the syllabus at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tough business to make money at, so you might be better sticking where you're at just for now.
I think so. Yeah.
But maybe post-retirement you could have a little pension top up with your art.
Yeah, I could make like £2 a year, something like that off it.
Yeah.
Steve O'Beg handing me $1 a time at Legions Con. Is anyone getting anything?
There you go. Probably don't even need to declare that to Mr. HMRC. Right. And then Arkan the Cruel. So here's the schedule for it. Schedule or schedule? Which one is the English saying? It's one of those words where...
I think we're
the
schedule.
English
No, we're
pronunciation.
schedule, aren't we?
I always say schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
schedule.
Okay, there you go. I said it right then. Joe Manganiello's Arkan the Cruel. So Friday, 13th of January, when this basically
30th.
releases. At least our time I release it on Friday. It comes out probably early Thursday, or late Thursday on US time, very late. And 8 o'clock Eastern. So Saturday morning job for us, really, isn't it, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 a.m. for you, John, 1 a.m. here. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll be
It is
considering that.
Friday night, so I might stay up, but I'm not sure I will. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost done with dry January. That's all I can see here. 8:30 p.m. Eastern is... So 8 p.m. is the documentary. So they have a half-an-hour documentary. Behind the scenes stuff. They did that with the Faden as well. The Goliath
It was
one.
very cool.
Very cool.
I have to admit, I've not seen the Faden one, but I am really looking forward to the documentary for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite excited.
Faden one's worth a watch. It's
Yeah, very well produced. Brad and the studio does a really good job there. 8:30 p.m. then is the live stream special, reveal special. So it's 8:30 to 9 p.m. So I can't imagine it's a huge amount of figures,
No.
even though, we've seen pretty much what Arkan comes with and everything now. So, yeah. And then 9 o'clock Eastern time, the pre-order goes up on Store Horseman. And then I wanted to show here, Joe Manganiello has this Dark Order that goes with his Arkan kind of lore or whatever. And there's a couple of figures here. These are miniatures that come with this pack from WizKids. Never heard of that. But they probably make more D&D stuff that we're just not aware of.
yeah.
There's a Minotaur here. He's the bodyguard of Arkan.
Torrigar Steelfist.
That's the one, yeah. So I think he might be a favourite if we're going to get another figure with Arkan. He might be my favourite.
This is who I've predicted we'll get, because I feel like they can use existing parts and then sculpt extra bits for him.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Mal. They can use some existing parts, and also they could use parts from this for an Asterion version 2 or
Maybe scale him up to brute
Mythic
scale already.
Legacies. Mm.
Yeah. Well, I sort of, although his legs don't look like it, I initially thought maybe it's New Jersey Devil legs and a brute scale torso. We'll see.
And then you just need the new head, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's very cool. The next one is the Turtle.
This is who I want. If I had my wish, this is who I want.
The Death Cleric.
I am with you, Rich. I would prefer this guy. I really, really like the way he looks, but he's a lot of new parts and new sculpting, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which we might get. You never know.
I mean,
Arkan
is pretty much new parts. I was struggling to see on him where the existing parts are.
There isn't any. I think he's...
And I think, looking at this guy, I think you could easily turn some of those parts into like a Rockman or something like that for future use.
Yeah. Or their own turtle characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very cool, though. Really like him.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He could go straight into the Convocation of Basilia or Death Cleric, so probably Poxus, unfortunately.
Yeah. That would work.
Berserker. Some man is telling me here that this is probably not going to happen, even though he would be the most likely parts-wise.
Yes, I originally... So when I was doing my research originally, I read that this guy and the demon were part of the Dark Order, but I've done more reading recently and they're not. These were minions added to this pack to fight and, to add more characters to your D&D campaign. So, yeah.
So, yeah, we can kind of skip over him, but yeah, it would be reasonably generic barbarian. Cool one.
I mean,
but
I wouldn't mind him at some point, but I think he's owned by Dungeons and who is it? Wizards of the Coast.
So, yeah.
D&D, don't they? So he's owned by them,
then.
not Joe Manganiello.
Um,
This is the demon that probably
the
are not going to
white-
get him.
Abishai. Yeah, so he's also one that we probably won't get because it's not
Yeah,
part of
it's
the
a
Dark
minion.
Order. It's more
Yeah.
part of this pack. Pretty
Very
cool him,
name.
though.
We were though. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've got all the parts pretty much, haven't we? There's one or two little bits. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can skip over him. This guy,
would be
Manticore, his pet, Changa, the Manticore. He's very cool.
Yeah.
This would be new tooling. This would be like a battle cat kind of tooling
would.
with wings.
But
It would be
you could
very
use.
exciting. Sorry, Rich, go on.
No, I was just going to say, but you could use some of that tooling for a Griffin or something like that
Exactly that.
quite easily.
Very-
So
yeah.
there is the reuse potential there.
Yeah. It would be incredibly exciting what it might mean for Legions moving forward
yeah.
if they did. Well,
Yeah.
it's been hinted to us that we are going to get him at some point. So
Yeah.
that'll be amazing if it's tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Tomorrow, today, if you're listening to this on the day it goes
Yeah.
out, and we're completely wrong if you're listening to it on Saturday, so or after.
I don't think we'll get the Manticore this time. I think we'll get the Manticore if it does well, but I would imagine it'd be a bit further down the line.
So that's this little pack. I just wanted to put it in there just to acknowledge this is where these pictures come from, and you see they're miniatures. So I think those pictures are the art more than the miniatures themselves or the renders, whatever.
Yeah.
And Arkan himself. So you see there
Bad boy.
how I was struggling to find any existing Legions parts. Maybe the cape. But when you're saying soft goods, yeah, this is a totally new thing. It's a funny one. I thought the Infinite Legions was to kind of use the Legions build system, and I suppose this will be the same build system, but it's
It
an
is,
entirely new library.
I mean, it's
Not complaining
interesting.
now.
No,
was
it's
gonna say.
interesting, isn't it? Because it opens up all sorts of possibilities if they're willing to do a completely, all
Maybe
new
it's-
sculpt.
It's based on like the likelihood of it selling a lot more than maybe even Mythic Legion, or
It is another one
reaching
that will
outside
Yeah,
the core community. So
Yeah.
which potentially is going to appeal to D&D fans, and
Yeah.
he was on Critical Role. So there's a lot of Critical Role fans.
It's got the potential to be huge, this one.
Yeah.
And then one more very left field shout. We'll throw out thanks to our friend Anthony House Seal, who flagged this up to us this morning, and it was posted. Him and Pat Boyle posted in a lot of places today, so it's not kind of secret between friends anymore or anything. But he shouted out possibly these one of these figures, which is Joe Manganiello's D&D campaign. He has a bunch of characters, and this artist Max Dunbar drew art for them. And this guy on the left here on the bear, the dwarf,
See what Anthony wants.
of course, what Anthony is shouting out. And this we pretty much have the parts for.
Yeah.
Maybe the head. We need a new head.
I think I said this in our chat, didn't I? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It will depend if Joe Manganiello owns everything about this campaign he's doing. He might do, in which case we possibly could get some of these. But if he doesn't, then we're not getting them, are we? Oh, it's unlikely we're getting them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some very
think
cool
it's,
looking
it's quite
characters,
left
right?
field
Yeah.
show. And it doesn't really go with Arkan, is my point here, maybe more so than anything on this. Like, there's no relationship between the characters as such, so why would they go together? But a cool dwarf, and you never
Yeah.
know. So
And the dude on the far right, which you were on a second ago, John, where he's half burnt, that's
Yeah,
a
like
very
an
cool
ogre.
looking character, isn't
Yeah.
it?
yeah, that's
those-
your speed, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
There was one at the back as well that looked pretty cool. On that side.
Oh, let's see then.
If you scroll
over
to the
again.
other one. That sort of, well, the Dark Archer looks cool, but the guy with the wings and the...
Oh
Wings,
yeah, yeah.
It's not, it's like a knight almost, isn't it?
It's
But
almost like a
very
knight,
cool
yeah.
knight.
Kinda, yeah, very cool. All right. So I think that's the news. Do you have any news, guys, related to Legions now?
No.
Or what we talk about in the podcast? The He-Man movie. We're excited for that.
Very excited.
Yeah, after seeing the trailer, I think if you'd asked me before seeing anything, I'd be like, nope. But now the trailer makes it looks fun. Yeah. Even if it's not the best film, it looks a fun film that they've actually spent some money on.
And they revealed a bunch of the figures as well. They're decent. I wouldn't say they're my thing. They're a little bit too unpainted for me in terms of what I'm used to at Mythics. Like stuff like the faces are more the plastic color with a bit of paint. I just hate that. Really hate that these days.
A couple of them I really like the look of. I do agree with people and what people are saying on some of them, but a couple of them I like. I think the He-Man figure looks really cool.
And somebody needs to give them a lesson on weathering for Man of Arms armor. It's horrendous.
Well, watching the Pixel Dan thing, and this is weird to me. He pointed out it's actually like it's patina, but I have never in my life thought he was wearing copper armor. Know, to have patina
there is elements of like that kind of greenish patina color in there. I mixed them on the gold. Does gold patina?
Bronze,
is another question.
Maybe I don't think it does. But
I think so. No, I think that's why gold
armor is always like yellow paint more on top of
Yeah.
So
isn't it one of the reasons why gold is valuable is because it doesn't
oxidize
or patina or turn or anything? Yeah,
doesn't weather.
Yeah. Anyway,
I thought it was interesting with the toys that you saw the Trapjaw face on. Obviously, all you saw was the back of him in the trailer, and then you saw what Triclops are going to look like as well. And he wasn't in the trailer at all, I don't think.
Spoiler for Triclops.
So yeah,
that is then the one thing I would say. He comes with that sniper rifle, which is a cool idea, and I don't know much about the Motu lore, but wasn't he like a blade master? Wasn't Triclops meant to be an excellent swordsman? And they look like they might have eliminated that altogether.
Yeah, but he does have the all-seeing eye thing in the head, and he's very tech tech focused as well. So
I thought the actual figure looked really cool, a really cool design for him.
Yeah, it did. It actually looks a bit like a G.I. Joe.
I saw someone else say
it
that.
Does. Yeah.
And Tila looks a bit like a G.I. Joe as well. But
I saw that as well. Yeah.
I mean, we like G.I. Joe, so it's not a bad thing. But is it Motu?
They've also said they're closer to the 6-inch scale as well, aren't they? So they're kind of sounds like they're scaling them to fit with your Joes and your Marvel Legends.
Your Marvel Legends.
Which is interesting. It'll
probably the DC scale. Line they're going to be doing, taking over from Todd.
That's a good shout,
Yeah.
Which the teasers we've seen of them, and even though it's the kids line, they look like they could be good, could be really good.
But all I'd say is after getting back into collecting, maybe 12 years ago now, with Masters of the Universe at the start mainly, there was never any notion that we'd get a movie at all, and definitely no notion it would look this good and have this much money behind it, and we're going to have so much other related stuff to the movie. So I mean, if you like Origins, they're going to keep making those, I can tell you that much, for a while.
Oh yeah.
If you like merchandise, be it duvet covers, for example, there'll probably be some of those. There'll probably be sticker books, there'll probably be all sorts of stuff. So it'll be Motu heaven come next summer.
Yeah.
And we get to go to the cinema. So that's always a good thing, isn't it, Rich?
And I get to go on my birthday because it releases on my birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
awesome. I can use it as a birthday treat. So I'm, heading over there to watch that.
Triply happy days. Right. Bad opinions. Let's get into it. Are we feeling angry? Are we feeling happy? Where do we want
I'm feeling ill, so unless, I probably won't be as riled up maybe as I was a couple of times last time, but let's give it a go.
We'll see how it goes.
It's January, so we're definitely angrier than normal. So
this is true.
Arthur would look better without the gauges. That's the round ear things. I guess that depends on your opinion about those type of things. It's a very niche opinion for me.
Yeah, he's cool. He's got a cool design.
I don't want to offend anyone that has gauges, you know? I think it's a cool... They wanted to make a metal, that's pretty metal. I'd say.
Yeah.
One of my colleagues at work has got one gauge, which I didn't know was called that until now, so I've learned something today. But I think it looks fine with them.
Yeah.
I don't think it... I wonder if they're thinking it looks too modern, but I don't think it does.
No.
Mal is looking up trying to see if it looks weird.
It's up here in box.
I always thought the people with one gauge just it was hurt too much that they didn't go through with the second one. No?
I don't think so with my colleague, but I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Feet are cartoonishly big. This is someone that never had a 2.0 figure.
I mean, I think cartoonishly big's a bit harsh. They are big, but one of the things I love about Legions is that chunky feel to them, and you know, they've got a biggish head. They've got I mean, they're not in any kind of real proportion, really, are they? But so they're
in fantasy proportion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never occurred to me for a second that the feet were big, but they stand well. The 1.0s anyway, so I'll take that as a positive.
Well, you know, the armored feet. I mean, armor has to be bigger than your foot, much bigger. The kind of like Bardric Valak feet, they're pretty spot on, I would say, scale wise, for what they need to be. And the leather boots never stuck out to me that was bad, or the barefoot.
You're right.
So
you're right.
I'm going to say no. Don't agree.
Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with ridiculously small feet themselves. So they're just bitter and twisted.
You know what you say about small feet?
Well, I didn't want to go there, but yeah.
We need more Mo2 homages. Well, definitely now, after what we just talked about.
I would say no to this. I've never been a huge fan of the Mo2 homages, I have to admit. But we do need a clawful homage. So if they could do that and then stop, I'd be fine.
But you like Operative 83, so Man-at-Arms?
Yeah, I mean, they work better in the Cosmic realm than they do in the Mythic
realm.
And
you like David's Cosmic one, Buzz Off?
Yeah, and they did it. I'd be very happy. But some of them, like the Trapjaw one, it's just like, nah.
You see, I
loved him.
I quite like them because they are such a departure from the normal figures. I kind of like what you're not so keen about them, I guess, is that they're brightly coloured and almost don't quite fit with the rest of the line. So I'm all for them.
Yeah, I'm same as you, Mel. I'm all for them. And if they did a sub-line, an Infinite Legions line that was Mo2 homages, I'd say bring it on.
I guess it'd probably work a little better then because they'd be within their own thing. Yeah. I
suppose, it depends how in the lore you are, how in the factions you are, how in the aesthetic you are, maybe, for these.
It's the aesthetics for me. It's like Chronor with that blue torso and then Okiatos with a bright blue, and that was just like, nah.
Okay, this one whispers, I don't follow the lore or factions at all. If it fits in my own personal universe, in my own head, then I get it. I'd say good for you.
Fine. Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep, I'm doing the same with Savage Crucible because some of what they do I really like. A lot of it I'm not so far. A lot of it I'm not that fussed about. Rich is massive for doing his own factions and things. I think do what you like. If you think it's a cool figure, it's a cool
you only
figure.
pick up the AWOCs you like, Rich, not the other ones.
For the sake of our PG family-friendly rating, I won't respond to that as I want to.
Don't make me do an edit. Next one. I'm tired of every male mage character being old and bald. I want more mages with longer hair. Hell, in general, I just want more male characters with long hair. Not everyone needs to have short hair or bald. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I'm 100% in on this.
I think generally you need as many bald characters as you can, but for mages, just get some more hair going.
I'm all for variety, or whatever we get. I'm easy on that. If it looks cool, it looks cool, whether it's bald,
I think
whatever.
I've mentioned this before. I think maybe with Shui, when we got him. I know I was a bit salty on that wave in general, and I think with him I just thought, come on, another bald beardy guy. He looks the same as the other wizards. pretty much. Yeah, Rich, you're just hoping they'll hit you onto your likeness by accident, aren't you?
You never know. You never know. That would be awesome.
That is one thing we're missing, is a character with mutton chops, which I know Rich hasn't got them at the moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You haven't had them for a long time, Rich, let's be honest.
No. Well, we got the Captain Iron Skull, haven't we, coming in a couple of years? But
oh yeah, of course, yes, of course.
yeah, the mutton chops were a long, long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon ain't worth it. Don't know. It's very relative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Subjective.
If it's not worth it to you, that's fine. To me, it was well worth it.
Yeah.
I'd say, I think if you compare it to like big releases by other companies, then it's absolutely worth $1 because you're getting so much stuff for the price. Yeah. You know, if like Hasbro put that out, it would be $1,000 at least.
Yeah, look at is it the Thunder tank from Super 7? Look, any of their big stuff. It's generally just big kind of symmetrical hunks of plastic with a bit of minimal paintwork on it.
Minimal paint, yeah.
Minimal sculpt in a way.
Well, and then look at what Mattel wanted or wants for most of the, not Mattel, Hasbro wants for most HasLabs. It's like £300-400 for something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's why I didn't go, despite it being my favourite vehicles, the Snowcat with the G.I. Joe HasLab. It's like, it's really cool, but it's also $300 or £300 or wherever it was. And there's hardly any paint apps and this sort of stuff. And you're like, he's really struggled to justify it on that sort of thing. Whereas a Dragon, there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
And you know, with it being Legions, the build quality will be, you know, and having even just seen the prototype, the build quality on that alone is is incredible. So,
yeah, absolutely. Right. There's a longer one here. Generally, I like version 2 of characters much more than version 1's. Sir Gideon version 2 is my leading Legion of the year, but the big exception to me is Vorgus Vermilius. Paint off sculpt soft goods are simpler than on version 2, but for me, that version's 1's simplicity and paint act make it simply iconic and my second favourite Mythics figure. So, still not your favourite is a bit disappointing here, this whole comment. You know?
I mean, again, it comes down to choice, doesn't it? I understand what they're saying about Vorgus Vermilius, but they're kind
for
of
me,
neck and neck
he's
for
different enough that you basically keep both of them. That's my opinion on them.
Yeah.
I think there's such a difference in them and the style and the way they're done that the first one is unique enough definitely to keep, and you know, whereas, for example, Gideon version 1, don't need to keep him if you have version 2, you know, unless you just have kind of sentimental attachment to it.
I was going to say again, though, it comes down to they are different enough, I suppose. I suppose it's all armor versus.
It's the paint job on version 1 is really unique and different, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And the
Rich?
lore with it, I mean, they basically said with the lore, you know, it goes from wearer to wearer.
Yeah.
So that in itself, you know, the armor will look different depending on who it goes to.
Yeah.
You know, if one vampire's not the same. Yeah. So it's going to look a bit different. So I got no problem at all with the second one. In fact, I sold my first one and kept the second one. So
that's fair enough. Yeah, whatever people like, eh?
More mounts than just horses and a bear.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree and disagree with this. So yes, change them up, but less mounts generally because they take up so much display space. I'm sure our American listeners with their massive basements and all these sort of things would be fine with it. But, you know, over here in the UK, there's just not enough space for all these.
Yeah, I've only got I've got the 4 horses for the 4 horsemen and the 2
Oh, the Headless Horseman?
But yeah, the 2 headless horsemen on display. The rest of them are all still in their boxes in cupboards because I haven't got the display space. So.
Yeah, so like Balius and Boreas and those guys.
Yeah.
Gideon's horse.
We talked at the time. I went berserk when they first announced the horses, and I think I ordered 11 Balius and 3 or 4 Aethan. And they arrived.
Did you not realise that your house was small back then?
Well, I did, but I don't know. I don't know if I was just excited about horses or what, but it just, once you got the first box in hand, you're like, yeah, I can't display these. So I've got 2 Balius left, and they're on display, and that's great, but,
Did you ever think when you were doing those orders that you'd be on a podcast one day saying, no, I don't want as many mounts, less mounts? No.
Previous Rich was more foolish.
I think they're amongst the best looking horses you can buy.
They're brilliant,
Horses. I will say they've got a seam on their tail that's really annoying, and it's affected my Aethon.
Okay.
Bit, but
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. I love the horses. I think they're great. I do think we have a lot now. I think Rich is probably right. Definitely on those type of mounts. I think we need always a reason, not just throwing it in for a thing. So a reason, and maybe that it comes with another figure, or like even Einsmal with the polar bear. That was cool as well. That it's kind of related to the whole story there, and I think that works.
Yeah, I mean that sort of thing. People have to realise that they do have to reuse sculpts to make it worthwhile financially. But we've had a few horses now, so it's time for a griffin.
I think
things like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. A griffin, well, a manticore or a griffin would be very cool. Very, very.
But even the Scapeback in Cosmic, this character in
Oxford, aren't they?
They're smaller, but they're still,
decent size.
Decent size. The character in the second wave, Bungie, the second Ox Crew wave,
we love
Ox Crew too. They really changed it up with just a small bit of extra stuff, like a different head and whatever, and slightly different configuration of the way they put them together.
Didn't they?
Yeah, and they've changed a kind of very menacing character into this little cute, really cool character. So that's kind of really cool reuse. I love that. I love that the way they did that.
Yeah, and you can have small mounts. You could have like large flightless birds or something. Which are you go from that much on a shelf to that much, and you've still got a cool mount for a character to ride. So.
And to be honest, one of the coolest things we've got in Mythic Legions is the moose Adler.
He's not on display for me even.
I sold mine, but I just couldn't figure out a way of using him properly, so he didn't have to build it.
Sell him.
You'll regret that. I have two. Thalen, Swipes of Thalen Frostbow is the most boring Mythic Legions figure made so far. Wow. To me, it looks only half finished in terms of colour and design, but somehow a lot of people like it. You probably don't own Thalen then, I would say, if you think it looks half finished, because definitely not half finished.
Yeah, I'd love to own her. I'm hoping we get a version 2 of her.
Yeah,
they've clearly never seen Ravenna or that female dwarf either. Yeah. We're talking about boring.
Yeah, back in the day when she was in a fairly big in-stock sale, it was her and Gwendolyn and Fastia were the only ones left, and there was loads of them. And I remember at some stage I had some extra cash and I just ordered 5 of each, and I sold them like over the next year easily. Not for a huge amount more, but more than I paid for them. And I kind of knew I would, because once they were gone, and people go back to those characters. So they're really cool. So Rich, you would say Ravenna more than Thalen Frostbow here?
You know me, I really don't like Ravenna at all. But that first female dwarf as well, whose name I can't remember.
Ragna.
Yeah, that's a boring one too. Although ironically friends with Thalin, so
I didn't realise that's who you were talking about. I disagree.
Yeah.
I really like Ragnar. I'm one of the few who seems to like Ragnar.
even Eric doesn't like Ragnar, and he
I
designed
know. I know. It's
Jim likes her.
Jim's right.
Next one. Some older parts should be retired. The Arthur lower legs and feet are my favourite, but we don't need them anymore.
Disagree.
No, totally disagree.
More parts, the better.
I think.
I don't use them all the time, but dropping them in every now and again.
Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah,
mad
I don't
not to.
think. I don't be mad to retire when you have like a big steel mold that you paid 30 grand for or whatever back in the day, and it's been used a bunch of times. But yeah, like with Urzok version 2, we've got new evil armor now, so that's a cool development, and you can
This
really mix and
feels
match between them.
This feels a bit like someone who wants their older figures to be more collectible and worth more.
Oh, maybe.
Could be.
Is this you, Rich?
It's not me. No.
But I don't agree, no. Even if we've got new evil armour, it's good to have different types of evil armour, you know.
The chest/shoulders aren't broad enough on the males.
Spot the He-Man.
Someone want, someone want He-Man. Yeah. Wow, not
I mean,
broad
they're
enough.
pretty big.
Yeah,
I was saying, any bigger and you start looking ridiculous.
I would say people are more on the other end of this take.
Yeah.
No, I think for like barbarians and stuff, the muscly ones, they're perfect. I would say if it's in terms of variety, maybe smaller is where they need to go sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm glad when they made the cloth arms that they didn't make them with, assuming that it was a big muscle inside it and then put the cloth on it.
Agreed.
So that was a good choice. So we're disagreeing with this.
100%.
I think the port on the back of the figures breaks up an otherwise great sculpt. Its utility is too underutilized for it to be needed on every figure.
kind of
get what they're saying.
Yeah, I presume they're talking about the rectangular one.
Yeah, they took.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Having said, I mean, they're right. It's pointless for most figures. Having said that, unless your figure is displayed with its back facing the front, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And also, if you took it off, if you only did it on figures that need it, you reduce that ability to customize, which is a big part of the line, isn't it? So, I don't know. I don't
like
disagree,
the way they've done it on Koi, where you have
Yeah.
a little plug
can
thing that
hide
you can
things.
plug in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a plug for it. Be tricky to do on like the bare torso, because how do you get it in? Like,
Everything's
beauty
got a
of
backpack.
of the dragon or fish type body is
Yeah.
that it has a little fin that you can pull it in and out with.
Yeah.
Whereas this, if it was just to make a flat, smooth piece of armor or body, trickier. Yeah. The line could do with less humans. Rich.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. That was my no.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because I mean, I like the creatures as much as the next person, but I also really like the variety. That's as long as they have variety, I'm good.
More different types of humans, I think, would be a good
Yeah.
thing to say. So rather than all being knights,
Yeah.
you could have soldiers with leather tunics and that sort of thing, just to break it up a little bit.
I agree with that. Yeah. Barbers.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Mal, 100% on this, that variety is the spice of life. I could do with more anthropomorphic characters, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even, like Kai Pasha or Balam, more where, it is basically a human body with a cat head, with a dog head, whatever, like our sculpts from last Legion sculpt.
Yeah. I mean, they could literally make every character in the line anthropomorphic and I'd be happy. So
Yeah,
that's definitely a way to go.
right. Next one. No female goblins. That is all.
Is that what they want, or they're complaining there isn't?
That's unclear, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, there are no female goblins, so they get in the way. If I would quite like. I don't know. Yeah, I would. I'd quite like a female goblin.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. Although they'll never top what Wolf King did with that older female goblin and the saggy boobs. Whatever they do, they're never going to beat that sculpt.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of right with that one, and we need.
They want female goblins. I've looked at the original message.
Right, okay.
Yeah, this is from a very big goblin fan. So
yeah, no, I'd say bring on the female goblins definitely.
Yeah, yeah, why not? Again, variety. And it would be fun to see what they did with their faces. Because, to be fair, Eric normally posts quite attractive human female faces. So it'd be interesting to see what he did with goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the goblin fantasists out there are going to be like,
hard to get in Scandinavia.
That's one of two people that could have posted this.
Well, I mean, our two colleagues that go to Legions Con with us.
Yeah, I think they're fine, aren't they?
They don't seem to have a problem. I don't think it's hard to get in Scandinavia at all. Maybe expensive to get. Then it's, you could be living in New Jersey, and if you can't afford them, they're hard to get.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to pay maybe import taxes, or you don't want to deal with the admin around importing stuff from America, I get it. But it's, and if you live in Norway, it's outside the EU, so there is extra papers, but that is one of the richest countries in the world, so,
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Scandinavians, renowned for wealthy lifestyles, so.
Mm-hmm. Probably because they don't make irresponsible purchases like these. I don't really agree with this. I mean, the German retailers I checked, they ship to Scandinavia, so again, that's just a process. So if you're in the EU part of Scandinavia, then you just have to pay the shipping cost plus retail, which is not that difficult, let's be honest.
Maybe this is someone new who's not aware of some of those. Maybe we should do an episode about the different... No,
it's not.
Okay.
No.
Oh, right.
This is someone that just complains about this problem all the time.
I think I know who
So I think it's their problem. Yeah. No real complaints within Four Horsemen. Okay, this must be someone within the company. Apart from a certain amount of backslapping and favoritism within the cabal. Right.
I don't know where to begin with comments like this. It's like I don't know.
So
without going on a rant, I don't know.
I think the nicest, easiest, simple thing to say about this is people have to remember I don't think there is favouritism. I think some of that favouritism is misinterpreted. But two, some of the people in the cabal have been there for many, many years from day one of this line.
Yeah.
And some of those people are genuinely, go out of their way to help everyone, to be at any events they can be at, to support and help the horsemen if that's part of what they're thinking of. There's a lot of friendships in the cabal and people who know each other in person, so of course they're going to support that person. Those of us who are perhaps a bit further away, it's not as easy to do that, so maybe some of the people outside of the States or some of the newer people into the line even don't feel they get that. Well, just keep being part of the community, keep going along, and you will. People will take you on, people will take you in. You'll find yourself involved if that's what it's all about to you.
I mean, what I'd say about this is, there's two approaches to take. If you get in a boat, you can either row with everyone else and kind of find your place and kind of get in there and get stuck in, and things will work out for you. Or you can go and say, right, I'm going to do this differently because I know better, I know different, or, I want to stand out. And that probably takes a longer time to get acceptance, You have to be either exceptionally talented at, art or something like this, to maybe jump the queue
But then that's not favouritism, is it? That's a lot of people recognising
how a community works, you know?
Yeah, someone's recognising.
If someone came into your local community and just said, "No, lads, I know how to do everything better on this street," you know, or you know, have a look at all my stuff over here, you'd be like, "Well, you know, let's get to know you first. Let's get, you know, let's start with a cup of tea and see where we go first." So,
and also, backslapping. What day one? I don't see backslapping. I see praise and, you know, giving people...
Well, it is the official group for the line. It's not a complaints forum, you know, even though people do complain in it.
Yeah.
Right, and, you know, there's obviously, this is where we took this post from, but I think, you know, this was all in... It was labelled unpopular opinions. It's kind of what you don't really want to say to, you know, in a kind of a single post. So you can just throw it in this post and it can do what it wants in there.
And actually, it was I forget who posted it originally, I'm sorry, but it was actually a fun thing to do. You know, the way it was done was in fun, wasn't it? And in which, whereas, you know, then the people go on and just bitch and moan, don't they? And we don't want that.
Hank Miller was the person.
Hank Miller. It was a really cool post when he did it. It was a fun post. Yeah. Well done, Hank.
But, so... I don't know. I don't have anything more to say on this. I mean,
no,
it's supposed to be a positive group, so yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Reign of the Beasts.
Be gone.
I mean this in the nicest possible way, but this person's a moron.
Say what you really
think. Oh my God. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah,
it's just a ridiculously good wave of figures.
Yeah,
every figure in it is brilliant. It's just like you can say, "Oh, I didn't like 2 of the 7 or whatever sort of thing," but to say I didn't like Reign of the Beast is quite frankly ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, then you really have a specific thing that you like, and if it's not it, then you know, okay, maybe Reign of the Beasts could step outside that.
Well, it's like me sitting here and going, "I really hate Rising Suns." Well, I don't. Barbarians aren't my favourite, but there's some good good-looking figures in there. Yeah. And the other half of it, the Suns ones, I absolutely love. So, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Knee and elbow double joints should be pretty doable nowadays, ? I mean, of course they're doable. It's an artistic choice more so than anything else. It's a balance of how it looks versus how it functions. And there's a line there, especially for a line like this with knights and stuff. And now we get the 3.0 body with the, you know, werewolf type characters and Romans and stuff. So,
comments like this always make me think this is somebody that just doesn't pay attention to the group or what the horsemen do, because it's been said literally countless times. We could do double joints, but we're not going to generally because we don't like the way it breaks the aesthetic and that sort of stuff. So this is somebody just, you know, it's like, what is the point of this unpopular, you know, it's not an unpopular opinion. You're basically saying, it's like saying, well, Mythic Legions should include machine guns and aeroplanes. Yeah, it's that sort of statement. It's like that. No.
You wonder what initially attracted that person to this line, don't you? Because I look at a line, and if I don't like the way it, well, as I've said many times, I was a bit slow on other than having to import everything from the States at the time, I was a bit slow on the pickup for Mythic Legions because I didn't like the hip joints. And then I got a couple, and actually I think they're really cool. I think there's other lines that would look better with similar kind of hip joints. So yeah, you wonder what I wouldn't buy it if I didn't like the joints in it in the first place. So why are you buying them if you don't like what they give you? You know,
it's like trying to change a line. It's like, you know, going into like Marvel Legends that does have lots of double jointed and going, well, you should go back to all single joints. It's ridiculous. You know, why would you go onto a forum and say that?
But there you go. Even there are Marvel Legends that have single joints. It depends on the character and their size and you know, and all that, isn't it? No, yeah, I'm with yeah. I hate these arguments about joints.
There you go. I don't need 3.0 bodies is the next comment.
You're going to hate Ark and the Cruel then.
I sort of agree with this. I'm not going to throw my rattle out the pram over it.
Yeah.
But we'd have been fine with never getting them. However, sorry, Mal, you carry on, dude.
No, you carry on. Because I think
I was going to say, however, it's it's fine. Humans, but with Windaji, for instance, they look the sculpt, they blend in really well and look really good. So as long as they hold up fine under movement, then I'm fine with them.
That's That's what I was going to say. Is I wouldn't go in saying, "Oh, we need them," but then it does open up possibilities for other characters and designs of characters so that they move in a way and that they might not otherwise do. So, such as the Mouse King, those arms. I couldn't imagine them not having those arms now, and it works really well there. So.
There's no way, the next one, there's no way that the humans won the Great War. Well, I mean, the guys that wrote the story said they did.
And it wasn't just humans, it was humans, elves.
Exactly.
All sorts of anthropomorphic
Magic
creatures.
Users.
Yeah, it's,
Maybe Celine swooped in there as well.
This was written by a real nerd. That's all I'll say.
We'll find out who it is and back to them and go, okay, if you can show us the army complements then down to the individual soldier, then we can have a proper discussion about it. But until that point, it's up to Eric, who won.
Yeah, true.
And somewhat Jeremy.
And Jeremy, yes.
Enough knights already. There are more characters that I would rather have. Sure.
I kind of agree with this one.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this one, I have to admit.
Yeah. Love Knights is what got me into it a bit at the start for sure. Because there wasn't lines with Knights figures really. And especially that looked that good. So I think they should always sprinkle them in every now and then. But there are maybe, when there's like an Etron or a Leosir focused wave, that can get quite knighty.
I'm not the biggest Knight fan. I think the way the Knights look now are exceptional, and actually I prefer what they're doing now. But yeah, I think I've said I'm a bit tired of Knights and ready for something else this year.
But I mean, the last couple of big waves don't have that many Knights in them. I mean, I know we have the Knight Builder in the Ashes of Agbender, which is cool. And we also have the angel guy, Yosef. He's a kind of a knight as well. But yeah. Right, next one. I prefer the plastic tunics tabards instead of the soft goods. No, I don't think so.
I don't mind.
I think it's nice for painting. The painting option on them is what I don't mind. Sorry, Mal.
No, it's cool. I would say I don't mind the I don't mind some having plastic, some not, depending on what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I think soft goods are beautiful, so yeah. Beautiful's a bit strong, but you know what I mean. Very, very nice.
The camera pans around and Mal's just got a wall display of all the soft goods.
Yeah, just all the tunics.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the main problem I see is if you using the figure for custom or, making custom out of it, and then you don't want to use the soft goods or you need a different color, and then you have no part to cover the piece, the hole that's left by taking away the soft goods. And then you kind of have to get another figure, and that can get, if you're deep in the hole with it, this isn't a problem. But if you're fairly new to it and you have bought a bunch of knights and you want to make different types of knights, the soft goods can restrict what you can do. You can paint the soft goods. Your mileage may vary though on that, or dye them. I love the new Scaphoid, but why does he have 4 loincloths? He's a skeleton, not Wilt Chamberlain, so what's he hiding?
He's got a massive
Wilt
boner.
Chamberlain. I guess Wilt Chamberlain is maybe somebody famous for having a packing some heat.
Wasn't Wilt Chamberlain the basketball player?
Okay.
It was in Conan. Wasn't that Wilt Chamberlain? It's like 7'6" or something like that.
Okay, Mal can look at that up. Scaffold 2 is awesome. This does not bother me at all.
Maybe he's hiding his.
This was a joke comment for sure.
Maybe he's hiding his Demon Wang. There you go, Jeremy.
Maybe he is, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Jeremy, you have to listen further to do your count this week. Right. Here's a long one. We should have had waves and figures dedicated to fully fleshing out the First Great War before we moved on. I'm going to get the book, but I'd rather have the figures associated with the stories and the battles than just the story. You're telling me Gonk's and Grisha's stories don't have new races or characters? We also didn't get that many Templars this past year, especially with how diverse their looks should be.
Oh, God. I
was sorry now for the intonation in the last bit, but it sounds like it.
I love the Templars, but we've had a lot of Templars recently.
And how diverse that white tunic and a red cross can be. I mean, come on, get real. But I don't necessarily disagree. The sentiment over... But actually,
haven't we got like 250 figures of before the First Great War?
What I actually think they're asking for isn't what they're saying we need either, because what they want is more. It reads like what they actually want is, I want to know more about Gonks, I want to know more about Grisha and their part in it all. They don't want the overall story, which is what that first bit says.
Yeah.
So, which actually themed waves around a particular story of someone would be cool. And I think we're going to kind of get them anyway. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, well written. This would be a good argument in court. In regards to the Cabal, we should be able to curse. No kids are in this group, and if you're showing off posts to your own kids, you should be screening what's being commented. We're all a bunch of 30-plus-year-old dudes that can't curse, really? ? I mean, yeah, I think just some people don't like cursing, so you know.
Quite frankly, and I'm going to sound like a snob here, it's a poor grasp of the English language if you can't comment on stuff without swearing.
Mm.
That's the question.
I mean, then I must have very bad English in my
You're just Irish, John. You're just Irish.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You guys have been around me for quite some time. You know I like to swear. But at the same time, at no point have I thought, oh God, I can't be in the Cabal because I can't get the F-bomb left, right and centre. It's just like...
I just don't care. I don't need to write. This is fucking brilliant. Excuse my language.
There's the beat for you, John. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. People have to get over it.
Oh, wait, we don't get any money anyway.
Yeah.
Well, except Patreon. Thank you
Fine.
to our patrons.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a valid argument, but I think it's just we don't need to be able to curse. Like, we don't curse on this show just so that it's everybody can listen to it.
Just now.
Generally, we don't.
Generally, yeah.
Like, if I spoke like normal day to day, like I'm in a pub in this, not normal day to day like I do at home, but you know, in a pub with a bunch of mates, then this wouldn't be very easy to listen to.
No, I mean, we did that one show, didn't we, with the My Wife's Going to Kill Me boys, and we let ourselves off the leash there, and I was dropping the F-bomb here, there, and everywhere, but that's because of who they are, and like, you know, having a joke with them sort of thing, but there's no need for it generally.
Yeah, I just didn't want to tell them they couldn't curse. I wasn't brave enough. Didn't know them well enough at that stage.
I don't think they'd have been able to help it, to be fair.
No. Right, anyway. Moving on. I hate skeletons with hair is the next one.
Ooh.
Is there skeletons with hair? Thorasis? Does he have hair under the helmet?
If they mean beards,
he's got a beard, isn't he?
He's got a beard, yeah.
Fantasy. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't mind at all.
get a life.
But I want it to be, I don't want it to be like a full afro or, you know, like...
Oh God, Van's going to come after you now you said that. He's going to be like straight on you going, I want an afro.
Yeah, I might be down for that.
I want it to be, you know, this really decomposed like hair. It's just strands, maybe. Not really a full head of hair like a handsome knight might have. Don't know.
I don't really mind. If the sculpt looks good, I'll take a skeleton with hair.
You wouldn't be jealous?
I'm always jealous, but there we go.
You were waiting for it.
I know.
I think, did we accidentally skip a slide? I felt like I saw something about colours of armour or something.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. You're right. I don't care about having the colours of parts be slightly different from each other. I'm not fussed by it, but I'd rather they keep the colour consistent across the board so we can have flawless prop and swaps like Liege, Magnus and Valgar 2 should all have the same gold. I think I understand the point, but it would be pretty boring.
It'd be extremely
that's the problem,
boring.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, totally valid point about pop and swap, but you'd have an army, everyone the same.
I think maybe a few more having similar gold wouldn't be like, they are all different gold, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Because as I was showing you during the week, I have a bunch of gold paints and have them all kind of put on a piece of card with, over black primer, and none of them directly match the gold. There's the Citadel gold Retributor armor, which kind of matches a lot of the golds if you play with washes over it. But, even the Gideon gold, that's different again.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because it is first and foremost meant to be a cool looking toy action figure line.
Yeah,
the pop and swap
that's the
is
thing. Yeah, it's a nice to have thing, isn't it? Really. So yeah, it's even like the Silvers and the Templars. They're different, but I think that does make sense.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you can also mix and match a bit anyway, and just if someone's on the battlefield and maybe their arm armor gets badly damaged, they might need to swap it out, and they can't get a new bit to match it, so they just pick up something else that doesn't quite match.
It's one of those. I don't completely disagree, but I'd rather have a cool figure than whether I can pop and swap it. Really.
Yeah. If you're doing toy photography, just play with the lighting, and you'll get something close. That's what a lot of the good customizers do when they're taking those beautiful pictures of the paint matches they've done. But when you see them in person, they mightn't be as matched as it looked in the really beautiful photo. So
I've done that
here. The paint and sculpt are not a substitute for good articulation in an action figure.
Don't buy them then.
I would say it depends what you like. And so if you're really into well-painted figures, like my point about the Masters movie figures that they've teased, like the paint is just so bad that I don't care how much articulation is on a lot of them.
Well,
for my taste.
Yeah, no, in a similar vein, I think until recently, a lot of Black Series with paint on them was garbage, really bad. So I've never gone anywhere near them. I've started to pick up the odd one now because they paint and the sculpt the sculpt, to be fair, has always been, that's been up and down as well. But it's
a line like that, it relies on a lot of likenesses and similarities to whatever is in a movie. So that's how the sculpt needs to be on point.
Yeah.
Here, the sculpt needs to be cool,
Yeah. Otherwise, you may just get a bendy plastic rod and just play with that. Look, it articulates really well. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Or those rubber, those Stretch Armstrong type figures.
Yeah. Look, I've tied his arms together. It doesn't matter what the sculpt's like.
Yeah, my kids used to have those really stretchy ones. That they're out these days. What are they called again? Something goo or something.
I know which ones you mean. Yeah.
They have the little like balls inside them to kind of different textures stuff, and they're kind of cool as well. But they're completely rubber. I
must admit. So I've almost picked one up when I've had a wander around. And
no, they're bath toys, really.
I know.
Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Need beefy ladies and more soft goods. I mean, in real life or. In the line.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
yes and yes.
I mean, we could definitely get the 1.0 more 1.0 scale ladies now.
Yep.
As we go along, I'll be down with that.
Yep, no problem with that.
Yeah. The variety in the female faces is abysmally lacking. Wow. I do like Thrace, Belulit, and the Ghost of Christmas Past, but not every female figure needs to look like them. I think we've poked at this over the time on the podcast. It's a question of reuse versus how popular these sell and stuff like that. I'm sure they'd love to do all sorts of different female faces. I mean, we have Gadriel. That's a very different looking female. Do we have any new ones now that are using? I mean, the mermaid lady.
Yeah, is the one from Horror of Einsamol's very different. I mean,
Igraine,
yes, it's an attractive. I mean, people were going on about how it looked almost anime, weren't they? So
yeah,
including us. So
I think we're getting there. I think it's just a question of reuse. We don't have a super amount of male faces either.
Not really.
This is why the face inserts, the face plates on the Cosmic Heads pack are proving, were proved very popular because you can now have more variety in the, the knight's faces and stuff like that.
There you go. Are we perhaps missing feminine? I'm not sure this is what this person means, but are we perhaps missing feminine feline faces, for example, and feminine? We've got one female demon, but there aren't a lot of. We've got one female orc or two because we got the pack, didn't we? But so maybe another fit. So maybe that's where we're lacking is a bit of females that aren't human.
Yeah, and we have some helmeted ones or half helmeted ones even. Yeah, like Cassia is half helmeted, isn't she?
Yeah. And
John, can I take us back to a previous question just for a moment? So the name Wilt Chamberlain came up.
Oh, yeah.
Quick bit of Googling while you guys are talking about ladies' faces. And apparently he was nicknamed Wilt the Stilt, which should give you a clue as to his thing.
Was that a middle leg stilt?
I think it was. And slept with a reported 20,000 ladies.
Right. Okay.
So there you go.
Well, I don't know how he managed that. I don't know whether to say well done or sorry.
And he was also in Conan the Barbarian. So yeah.
Okay, you were in the ballpark there then.
Yeah.
I wonder where they hid his stilt under the loincloth.
I've also now got on my search history an article talking about famous sporting penises. So that could throw the algorithm out slightly.
Well, it's your personal phone, so I think that's your own business, isn't it?
That's our new Patreon show, Dick on Dicks.
Wang on Wang.
He's not Chinese, though, is he? Oh, no.
Well, we might expand into the Chinese market. Or they'll think we're incredibly
calm down, Malcolm Bashotti.
So the first sentence of this, or half sentence of this, really, it doesn't sound good. Take an idea from wrestling figures. I don't know when that was ever a good idea. The hands are softer plastic. Oh, okay. And easier to use with weapons. If you remember G.I. Joes with Kung Fu grip, some of the wrestling figures have hands like that. Kung Fu grip, anyone?
I think it was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, Jesus. Careful where you go him. This really is one of those shows.
I do remember talking about Kung Fu grip with G.I. Joes, but...
yeah, I think it makes sense.
I mean slightly softer plastic for the hands definitely works.
Yeah. And the ogre hands, definitely, they're a son of a gun to try and get a weapon in the ogre.
That's what I'd say, yeah. The bigger they get, the softer they could do with.
But I wonder if there's a technical production reason for that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Chris seems to know his plastics, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I'd rather it held the sword and constantly held the sword than eventually the sword started to droop as the plastic in the hand got softer or warmed up, or
Next one. I do not like soft goods on action figures, especially at this small a scale. Wow.
Was this Curtis? His well-known hatred.
Think like that anymore.
No,
Sorry,
he's
his wife
changed-
sold 200 and something capes.
He's
I'm
changed
sure
now,
he's
but I remember
soft
him
goods.
saying a long time back that he didn't like soft goods.
Yeah.
I think at some point though he did say he'd changed his mind. To be
Yeah.
fair to him.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. I know there are. Yeah.
What I would say is I think cloaks sometimes are a waste because they're so big. Again, unless you're posing them in a really dynamic pose on your shelf with a cloak flowing in all directions or whatever, then it's a bit pointless. But, I'm never going to complain about soft goods. It's just like,
It's
use them,
funny,
don't
isn't-
use them.
I mean, look
kind
what
of
Mezco has done at an even smaller scale than this, and I'd say scale is not the problem here.
Well, this is it. I mean, he's not even the best. I mean, although I love him, he's not even the best figure. But this guy's all soft goods, and he's got weirdly proportioned legs. And they're not the best soft goods, but I think he looks really good anyway. So, does it for me? He's not, there are faults with him for sure, but
Yeah. Okay.
this is a horrible view, by the way.
Back to the questions. Next one. Being 3 G-Con waves
You
deep
just
in
skipped one.
pre-orders is absurd. Okay. I'll go back to that one. Being 3 G-Con waves deep in pre-orders is absurd.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, we've kind of touched on this in the last time.
We have recently, haven't we? Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of stuff landing now. So I think hopefully if we are maybe a year down the road and it's the same again, then that'd be a pity. But things seem to be arriving now, and hopefully we catch up and see them.
I think
they might
I think
need
if
to
we
do
catch
less
up-
tooling on the next G-Con waves to catch up.
But
as
then
well.
people complain about a lack of new parts.
Yeah, as you said, John, sorry, I apologise for interrupting. They are, they're catching up. Once you've caught up a bit, it's fine. 3 waves is a bit ridiculous, but as long as they keep away from that going forward, it'll be fine.
I don't really care about characters /faction/lore because I make up my own anyway.
Oh, we kind of done it, haven't we?
Congrats.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
The gladiators with one arm in armor have such a skinny arm compared to the huge flex on the bare arm. I mean, we kind of touched on this.
No, they're kind of
if you have the
saying it
big
other way,
muscly
though.
bare arm, then the knight's arm does look a bit too thin, maybe.
Yeah, it does a little bit, but I never thought about it. I mean, you're talking one of my favourite characters, if not my favourite character, is like that, and I don't mind it. So yeah.
But maybe if we ever get a brute scale knight, then they can do a bit of that.
Yeah.
Mix and match.
Yeah. And, the arm that's not armoured is having to do more moving around and fighting. So, you're going to build that up. You're going to have a bigger arm.
Exactly. Right. I can't believe
strong hand.
can't believe they're releasing new figures with weapons from the first Kickstarter. So this is again on the weapons.
Oh.
Yeah, we could always do with more weapons.
Yeah.
But at the same time, most of the weapons they have are great, and they have dropped some of the weapons, like the big axe that they
The
had
new
like
axe is
originally with
much
Malleus.
better.
Yeah, all the new
Thank goodness.
axes are better. Yeah, and we're getting a steady stream of new swords and stuff like that, daggers. So
I kind of hope we get a Malleus version 2 this year, because he is currently on my shelf in this position because he can't hold the axes. He's leaning
The axes
on
are
them.
propping him up, but they're holding him up.
Yeah, exactly.
nicely.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, old man Malleus.
Yeah.
that very few people truly care to see what the new figures you got in the mail are bought at Legions Con. Okay, so this is when people are posting their latest scores. I think that's
Kind of
probably
agree.
true. Yeah. But, you're excited about it. And if you're like a lot of us, you live somewhere that is not near any other people, that are into the hobby. So, yes, you
One of the
online.
ones. I'm probably going to make myself really unpopular or have somebody say something like that. One of the ones that always kills me is when someone shows off a figure they've bought and received and go, "Oh, I'm so thankful to such and such for me." And you're like, you paid for it. Why are you thankful?
Yeah, those are annoying. Yeah. Also, I'm wondering if this person doesn't go to Legions Con, hence the little Legions Con dig at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh, you bought a Legions Con. It's just
maybe,
like, all right, calm down.
As I say, I kind of get this one because as much as I like some of the people and I'm pleased for them, I don't need to see. I get mates will
Post
send
them
me
in your
texts
private
of, "Oh,
chat
look what I
threads."
got," and I'm like, "Yeah, great."
My advice would be post them in your private chat threads. If you're new, sure, go ahead and
of course,
put them in the groups. Yeah.
Everyone on our Discord who likes to post their new hauls, you carry
That's
straight on. I'm
different.
not referring
That's
to you.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. This one, this is controversial. The damned promo shots make the upcoming figures look way better than what I put on my shelf. There's still awesome toys that I can't stop buying, but it's like expecting to put out a sideshow art here on your shelf when you're then putting up a poorly posed, poorly lit figure in 5 POA stance. They just can't live up to the expectation that Trevor sets. This is a compliment, Trevor, LOL. I mean, I think the figures are as good looking as in the promo shots. Maybe the poses and the scenes.
Better, with the utmost respect to Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
You
Trevor's
might have a
talent,
really poorly lit display room. Maybe invest in more lighting and a few more backgrounds, buy a Dio or two. And you'll
This
be
is
right
how
there.
most of my figures are posed, exactly like this.
Yeah, that's me too. There's a lot of that pose going on.
And I think he looks great still. So,
Yeah.
Amazing. I think this is a very
It's a nice.
it's a good
thing to
point,
say.
but it's maybe it's you need to up your displaying. Well, the figures with tails drive me crazy because of how the tail joint is designed. Hard as hell to install and then somehow easily comes out with minimal posing. Yeah, the tails do frustrate me when they come out. Getting them in is not too bad, but they can be annoying. Like my Mouse King tail now is I just took it out because it's always coming out. So.
Oh, really?
No, I think if
one
I
I've-
put him in a pose on a shelf and just left him, he'd be fine. But if
one
I
I've had
touch
most
him at all, it's coming out.
The one I've had most difficulty with is Monkey King, just because it's so long.
Yeah.
But even that's not been too bad. It's more how to pose it so that it's not covering so much of the shelf. But yeah.
You haven't noticed this with the figures line in the attic, Rich, no?
No, the I think probably 2 figures with tails I've actually got standing up on display at the moment. They seem fine.
To be fair, I got to say, your Ben gave us the best way of posing some of the tails and curling it round.
Yeah,
that was a stroke of genius.
Yeah. And Ninian tails I've never had a problem with. Funny one.
No.
I like the regular neck better than the hinged one. I mean, there is one thing with the hinged one is that sometimes if you're trying to just put the head on, it can slide forward. And then
That's a pain in the ass.
yeah.
And then once the head's on, it's really hard to get it back into the right position again. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Depends on the
It's a
character.
first world
for me.
problem, but it can be extremely frustrating when you can't get the head on and just like, you son
I can't swap parts with Goliath.
of- Oh dear.
Poor Mark. Four Horsemen could stand to have their joints just a touch tighter. Domestic figures have ratcheted joints to prevent shelf diving, so why not Four Horsemen? Lord knows their big figures can't even support their own weight, so it baffles me that they haven't gone with this in this particular area, gotten with the times.
I would argue this is what I would say. There's a little bit of inconsistency in tightness across joints across the line, and it's not about the it's not about the part. I don't know whether it's to do with tooling, temperatures, something, because some things with the same legs are looser on one figure than on another. But I'd argue at points they're scarily tight.
Yeah. I think on the Ogre Scale Knights, they should have been better.
I do, yeah. I understand what people are saying about the ankle joints.
I don't have a problem with the regular figures in 95% of the time. And 2.0s can sometimes be a bit too tight.
Also, it's going to depend where you live, isn't it? Realistically, because in a hotter climate, everything's going to be looser and move more easily because the plastic's warmer.
Nobody is making you buy them, but you still do.
Yeah.
This is kind of saying, are you really allowed to complain?
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Hang on. You formed that thought. The fact that you have to cook your figures in a water bath and they actually put these instructions in the package is weird. No other toy line does that.
That's not true. I have multiple toys where it tells you to heat up your figures before you.
These toys are unique. They're totally pop and swappable.
Yeah.
So there is a purpose to why you do that.
It's not weird necessarily. Maybe other toy lines should do that.
Well, a lot
you get a NECA figure out and snap the leg in half, and you're like, oh, okay.
And a number of the Japanese import figures do say warm up your figures before you manipulate them. So,
yeah.
Not that I buy any of them, but I've seen
I saw
reviews.
Remember I sent you an Instagram reel this week, guy trying to take a gauntlet off a Captain America figure. And it was like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's attacking with a screwdriver, wasn't it?
This makes me appreciate mythics. Too much reuse of parts, but it kills costs, so I guess they understand it. I think it's just part of the lines, part of the toy industry.
Yeah.
We could have less figures maybe with
I think the Horsemen are one of the most open and honest about parts reuse, but actually you look at your G.I. Joes and half of them have got the same legs.
Marvel Legends, they reuse the parts all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, and I'd argue it's just harder to see in some lines because there's less detail in the sculpts and less paint and blah, blah.
I'd say 90% of the time, I don't care, especially if there's a new head sculpt, then I really don't care.
Yeah.
A new head sculpt and different paint. I'm easy to please.
Yeah.
So if there was one new part on any figure, I'd say a head sculpt, please. 90% of the time. The animal people don't interest me. Okay, get out of here.
Whatever. Yeah.
Perhaps it's just me. I feel like there hasn't been a pretty significant dry spells for certain races and factions. I know on a long enough timeline, it will resolve itself. They get a niche for something. And I feel like most of the existing ones are out of print or live on the cosmic side. This is varied female characters. Yeah, I think it is just play the long game on this one. You'll get what you want eventually. We see the waves taking, a bit longer than normal at the moment. Hopefully that'll sort itself out. But yeah, if we want new tooling and different variety of stuff, then it does just take its time.
Yeah.
Also, it's 250 figures. If you have 250 figures and you got humans, elves, vampires, dwarves, goblins and orcs. I mean, some people might like that, but that's a lot of the same sort of thing over and over again. Yeah, variety is the spice of life.
It's funnily enough one of the things I think they may be trying to address, whether consciously or not, with this removal of the faction v faction.
Yeah, maybe.
Waves, whatever.
Yeah. Also, the RPG, I think, will help. Variety. Yeah. I feel as though the four gods should have been a bit taller than the normal ones. I mean, they got a horse to sit on.
Yeah. But, I mean, even Jeremy, I think, has said, or it might have been Jeremy, I can't remember who has said, actually, Arathir, if they were, doing it now, they'd probably do it differently. So,
yeah.
It depends on
they're
the character.
all a
doesn't it?
product of their particular time in the line, and it's cool.
Yeah.
In that
And
way.
you know what? I would argue Alithia and Necronominus are perfect.
are the right size. Yeah.
Wouldn't do anything with
I
them.
think so too.
I'd not use the armoured legs on Poxus, but otherwise I think he's great. It's Arathir, isn't it? But he was the first
He
one.
was the first one.
Yeah.
It was
You shove him on a
long
brute
time
body.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
You know, he was at a time when the line had, you know, just started to come out of not needing Kickstarter to kind of grow. So,
Yeah.
goblins are the heart of Mythos. Every other group is simply background noise, so they can have. I can't champion this goblin. We are not a goblin broadcasts. You know.
I don't mind a goblin. I like the little fellas.
But yeah, I love that, and a lot of the fans, like Kirby, one of our biggest fans, commenting every week on the show. But yeah, I think all factions are great. Goblins are one of them.
Yeah.
Except for
But you'd
Etheron.
be wrong, according to them.
Unmasked helmeted heads are too big for my taste.
I love them. They're my favourites.
Yeah.
And some people are saying the helmets are not the heads are too big for the helmets. So can't please
I was going
everybody.
to say, you're getting really pedantic there, aren't you? If you've got a figure holding a helmet in his hand with an unhelmeted head and you go, oh, that helmet wouldn't fit on that head, then you need something more exciting to do.
So you
You're
need
like,
the kung fu grip
How
so he
about
can hold his helmet.
Unhelmeted figure holding a helmet with a faceplate in it. That'd look good, wouldn't it?
A headless figure with a...
No. He has his normal like unhelmeted head on, and then he has his helmet with his faceplate in it.
it.
just holding it up like a war trophy. Like that.
Look, I pulled my own head off. The helmeted ones are proportioned better. That gets me more than the articulation. My solution is just to put the helmets on all my figures or change the head entirely. Okay, well, good.
I think that's the same person following on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Might have been. Although I tried to only give everybody one, except maybe the odd one that was a Patreon of ours. I noticed I gave them maybe more than one. If they made more than one comment. Bug wings should need their own special adapter that only shouldn't need their only that only came with Poxus.
Don't think that's true.
I guess
I don't think that's true.
Cosmic
though,
is
it?
different. I think they don't fit into the mythic portals or the wing adapters. I guess this person typed this. They must have checked it out. I'm going to trust them on this. Yeah. Okay. I guess surely they fit into the wing adapters. Maybe they don't know about the wing adapters.
Well, that's what I thought. They just got the same end as wings.
Although maybe somebody told me actually that okay, we're going off the rest. This is the last one. How ridiculously tight the new skeleton builder joints are, especially the hip joints. Even after heating up the area, you start to warp the hip socket trying to break it.
Well, it's funny, but my comment about variation in the hips is I've had skeletons with loose hips, so it varies.
I would say the tightness is not an issue. It is the softness of the plastic on these skeleton builders.
You might be right there.
That is the issue. Because when you heat it up, they go very rubbery, and then it's very easy to break them. Yeah. Or the heating up doesn't do the job of getting the thing out because everything is too soft. You need it to be able to stay hard enough that it'll be able to kind of pop out rather than kind of
That's what she said.
Digging a hole here. What do you think? Have you any opinion here, Rich, or are yours all still in boxes?
It's not builders as such, but the only figure I've ever broken and it just broke rather than me being stupid and trying to move it when it's too cold or whatever, was Maxilius's torso. His neck just snapped.
Oh, I did that
off.
as well. Not Maxilius, I did it with the Legion builder.
Yeah. So it's a similar sort of thing, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Mal has no problem there with his tuberculosis.
A little flying monkey.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your patience this week with us, going through all of that. We're done with the bad opinions, so that's that backup solution for filling out an episode is now done.
It was a fun one.
Yeah, if you are looking for more of us this week, you know the live stream is on, or you catch that on the replay if you've missed it live. Mal has broken his tuberculi.
My
Rich is
unpopular
talking to his
opinion.
wife on mute, so we are
My
out of
unpopular
here.
opinion, you need a better way of plugging that extra digit or whatever you'd call it onto the wings.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if we're ever stuck for an episode in the future, we can do our own unpopular opinions. So start making them now, if we've managed to find some more other than that.
My other unpopular
You ready
opinion.
for the outro there, Rich?
I am. Sorry, the cats are both acting like we had a fox or something in the house. So
You probably do.
maybe do.
You're a fox, Rich.
Stay safe out there, everybody. Remember, your opinions are valid unless they're about anthropomorphic figures being nonsense, in which case they're not.
Or double jointed.
Stay safe.